Tonight, as our national death toll surges past 150,000, doctors on the front lines say their fight against COVID is also being lost here. At the growing number of social gatherings where Americans are refusing to keep their social distance or wear a mask. Near San Diego, hundreds gathered for a beach baptism.
It's frustrating to not be able to gather legally in church, so we'll just do it outside in the open air.
In Boston, a cruise company told to stop operating after this boat was packed with revelers. Officials in St. Louis have now shut down bars and clubs that ignored measures aimed at slowing the spread of COVID. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo tweeting this video saying he was appalled by egregious social distancing violations at a concert in Southampton. The Grammy-winning group, the Chainsmokers, could face legal ramifications. The governor in Kentucky now ordering bars to shut down and restaurants to reduce capacity, saying that state could become the next Florida, Texas, or Arizona.
I don't want to be a state that has to order one of these freezer trucks because our morgues run out of space. As
4 states now surpass 400,000 cases, California is quickly approaching 500,000. In some parts of the Central Valley, where nearly 1 in 5 are testing positive for the virus, it's the working poor who are suffering the most.
It's a population that works really hard to provide the food supply.
With $52 million now earmarked to improve testing and staffing shortages at California hospitals, tempers are flaring nearly 5 months into the pandemic. In San Diego, a woman allegedly pepper sprayed a couple who were not wearing masks while eating in a park.
You just maced him?
Tonight, a nation on edge as some choose to ignore the pandemic and others lose their lives fighting it.
Miguel joins us now from Los Angeles. Miguel, we've been keeping a watch on this list of so-called red zone states. I understand there are some new developments there.
Yeah, Lester, according to the New York Times, 21 states are in the red zone. That's where the number of new cases are exploding and new restrictions may need to be implemented. Meantime, military doctors are arriving in cities like Los Angeles, but they may most be needed in those rural counties.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.